Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna draw my life. Now, one thing to let you know, I'm only 12 years old, so there will not be that much to draw for this point on. But I will just draw every little detail that has happened in my life or whatever. So let's go with 2000 and some number. There's some numbers up there, whatever. So we're going to start where I was born as a baby with a really big head and a small little body. Well, it wasn't that small. It wasn't that big, but it was pretty big. And I was a happy baby. I didn't cry at all, but I did have like some kind of affection with my father because stared right at him, I don't know. But I stare right at him, and this is not going to be the best drawings, I'm just telling you, so whatever. So I stare right at him when I came out of my mother, so, well, she wasn't standing up, she wasn't that happy, but, whatever. Okay, whatever, you get the idea. I was born. A couple years went on with me being happy, yada yada yada. And then I went to my grandma and grandpa's for the first time, and I saw this guy, which is my grandpa, and he was like my best friend. Like, we would do everything together. We would like play, and we would like have a good time, and we would just be like happy. We would just like we'd play ball, we'd play like everything, like yeah. So yeah, and let me tell you, it's not really that sad. I mean, it's kind of sad, but yeah, whatever. All right, let's continue. So my grandma never really played with me. She really played with my sister. So yeah, she has a little frizzy hair. She's a dabbing grandma. So that's not dabbing, whatever. So she really played with Chloe, tried to clean her room. Chloe hated clean rooms. But whatever, we'll get back more to Chloe later. But she just kind of kept an eye on me. And then another year that I would not be talking about, with number 4 digits. Starting in 2000. My sister was born. She just walked in the room as I said my sister was born. So she was born with a weird shaped body, like really weird. She came out like really what? Like, ew. Anyway, so that's her. She was not that tall, but she came out of my mom. I just made my mom really tall, yeah, here's my mom, whatever, yada yada. You get it. You get the idea. You get it. Alright, so where are we? Alright. So then she kind of ruined everything. She kind of like started pushing, shoving, being mean to me, and all my parents. What the heck is that? Ew! Get rid of that. Alright. Anyway, all of my parents like paid more attention to her. So because I don't know why, but they pay attention to her mostly, and oh my gosh, I'm so later. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I was like really sad. Oh my god, my boy just moved. Alright, anyway, I was really sad, but they just left me just hanging out here. So I was like, what the heck is this thing? Why is it here? I'm so mad. I'm raging right now. I'm raging. So life went on. Alright, and now it's time to do the first tragic event of my life. Now this tragic event was really bad. Yes, it happened with, this little plastic shopping cart that me and my sister had. This is the best I could do with like a shopping cart. But, yeah. So I'm just gonna talk about tragic events because I'm, again, only 12, middle school, whatever. I'm not that really like great with stuff, but you know. Oh my gosh, what is this? Ugh, get rid of that. All right, anyway. So I had a good idea of sticking my sister inside of the shopping cart as we were playing this game called Goo Goo Gaga Baby. Goo Goo Gaga Baby was Goo Gaga. You know, Goo Goo Gaga Baby, where I was like the parent, she was the baby. She had to always like pay attention. I had to push her in the cart. And things went to, we had this table in the corner, we still do, and I pushed her, and she slammed her head, of course, right in this, kind of like this area right here. Okay, anyway, as she slammed her head, I was scared. I didn't know what the hospital was, or anything, in that matter. She didn't go to the hospital, but she ended up losing her 2 front teeth. So it was kind of like this. Well, that's more than 2 teeth, but you know, whatever. My sister's in here. Why doesn't she leave so she can watch it on YouTube? Oh my gosh. Just leave so you can watch it on YouTube. Anyway. So she lost her 2 teeth. God, trying to do a video. She's watching me back. Anyway, she's probably standing out the door. Alright, whatever. Oh my God, that's a creepy face. Anyway, so she lost her 2 front teeth. You know, blood was rushing out. She wasn't that happy. She was actually kind of sad, crying. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if she had to go to the hospital. That just looks like a creepy clown. What even is that? Ugh. Okay. Anyway. So then, where are we? Oh yeah. Alright, so yeah, I was a bit sad, but she was fine, She's like, yeah, let's get on with our lives. Woohoo, yay, yeah, woohoo, yay. That's the happy pose. Yeah, big smile on her face. Big smile on her face. Alright, anyway, as we continue on, life went on, you know, yada yada. And I still play with my grandpa, you know, whatever. Then this is the second tragic event. We came home from a, shopping, spree or whatever. And we have this kind of, like, corner wall, like, in our kitchen. You know, here's, like, the doorway. And here, this is the doorway. And we would like, or I asked her, you want to play? And then she said, no, I don't want to play. And then I was like, play, and then I hit her into the wall. Don't hate me for this, but I hit her head into the wall, and of course there's blood. And I felt really bad, and of course I just ran and went upstairs. You see how bad of a drawer I am? Like, gosh, I'm worse than like any YouTuber I've seen to draw my life or whatever. Anyway, let's erase all this. Okay, anyway, now we are at the point where she actually had to go to the hospital. She had to go to get staples in her head. Like, literally staples in her head at the hospital. And they went in here, yada yada, and I had to stay home with my father. And as I got over my fear of like dying or her dying, going to the hospital, oh my gosh, yada yada, I came down. There was a giant box, me and my dad, and it was labeled desk. So my dad was holding it. That's my dad. Okay, he was holding it. He was like, "You want to build my desk?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" I could just tell you my story. Like, why do I have to write anyway? So we built it, yada yada, and then she came home and she showed me that they had staples, like literally staples, inside of her head. Like, you couldn't see them that well, but you know, she was happy because she got like stuffed animals, popsicles. She got all this stuff in her hands, and I'm like, what? Why did I get that stuff? Like, oh my gosh, like what? Like, OMTMIQ. Anyway, so yeah, we were like happy or whatever. All right, now is the really like kind of bad part that it's happened recently, maybe when I was like 9 or 10, I don't remember, but it's close. So it was around then where I came to my grandma's one day and I saw my grandpa, and he wasn't acting normal. He was kind of grouchy, and I didn't really know why. And he would always yell at me, Peyton, go to your, I don't really know, but he yelled at me a lot, so, just understand that. I just kicked my camera, alright, can you still see? I don't know if you can see anything, I don't know, I gotta check. Alright, go to your whatever, Okay, and then that made me really mad, and I didn't understand what was going on. So this is the point where I've had a little bit better of a relationship with my grandma, and also my sister took over my grandma, she was playing with her, but actually, my grandpa, I learned from my grandma that day that he had this disease called Alzheimer's, and we didn't really play a lot. He was grouchy, and I don't know, it's just really sad because he just was on this is all he thought about was worries, paranoid, whatever, and it would go on, and he forgot stuff, and we didn't really play anymore, and, this is gonna be hard to talk. Anyway, so back to stuff. He started playing with my sister when I was 11 years old. Soon I'll be 11. I'm not saying it right now. Okay. This is like a serious moment. He started playing with my sister. Sister started laughing, and he did anything with her now, and left me in the dust. At this point, I was left in the dust, like, a lot. I was really sad because I didn't really, I was just left alone. I didn't know what to do, I had to find stuff to do by myself. My grandma, she still is a little bit lazy, but, sorry, Grandma, you're watching this video, I know you are. She's still lazy, she likes to sit down, whatever, relax, put her feet up. That looks really weird, but, so, I now am 12, I went to middle school. Middle school is great, but, yeah, so that is my life up to this point. So it's not very, happy and whatever, but, I'm assuming it should get better as I go on with my life. And maybe I'll do an update one, maybe later, when I actually am older and I understand stuff and I do stuff. But, so that's my life. And just try to make this guy a person, but, whatever. That's my life. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. Bye!